I mean, I get it, girl. Oh, now you got time for me? Okay? Now you got time to talk to me? Now that I done got a Grammy under my belt, now you want to be my friend? You my friend now? You didn't want to be my friend when I was brand new. You the dummy for not seeing the possibilities in me, dummy. I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down. Bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator at $Narob on YouTube via Cash App. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below in the description bar and or the join button here on the YouTube, because y'all, I be sharing. I did a crown recently, child, and I put that crown picture, you know, when they shave your tooth down to like a spike or something. I put that over there on the Patreon and the membership wall here on YouTube, child. I be sharing all kinds of stuff. I shared my trip with my wife for my birthday, just certain private things that I want to make you all privy to in regards to my life. Now, let's continue reading Eve's Who's That Girl? I swear to God, if Eve don't talk about that goddamn Stevie J, we gonna have a problem. And I mean it. The irony. In my heart, I did want to make more music, and I was excited to do that. But I was just coming out of so much exhaustion in my life and my career. I wanted to take a breather, but they kept pushing me to make this album happen and fast. I wanted to sit and be creative and think of new things to do with my music. If I had to make another album, couldn't I experiment a little bit? Isn't the point of making music to evolve? Apparently it wasn't then, and so many of my suggestions were met with pushback. I opted to have no theme to the album at all, no rhyme or reason. There was also a shift happening on the business side of things. While I was still very much a Ruff Ryder, I had always kept my management separate. And so by the second album, I was more directly an Interscope artist now. They were in the driver's seat this time, not the Ruff Ryders. That meant going into these meetings with just Troy and me, and often Ice Pick, who was also an executive producer with the Ryders. Before Let Me Blow Your Mind was in the works, Interscope came up with their big plan. They wanted me back in the studio with Dr. Dre. She showed her ass out. Before Let Me Blow Your Mind was in the works, Interscope came up with their big plan. They wanted me back in the studio with Dr. Dre. Now, in my head, he was like my arch nemesis, the dude who I thought was going to give me a big break, but instead handed it over to the other bleached blonde rapper. Who are you talking about? Eminem? Is she mad? She's still mad about that shit. I mean, she is a Scorpio. I was so annoyed and at first didn't want to work with Dre at all. Jimmy Iovine insisted though, and it's like, how do you tell the big boss no? But since Scott Storch was also producing on the record and he used to let me sneak into the studio back in Philly at like 15 to write songs, I rationalized that our collaboration would be a Philly thing. I had to do whatever it took to make me okay with working with Dre, and it began with Let Me Blow Your Mind. Reuniting with Dre was messy. I mean, can I even call it a reunion when this was really the first time he was actually fucking with me and not sending someone else in his place? Girl, maybe Dre don't waste time with the. I don't know. I mean, I get it, girl. Oh, now you got time for me, bitch. Okay? Now you got time to talk to me. Now that I done got a Grammy under my belt, bitch. Now you want to be my friend? You my friend now? You didn't want to be my friend when I was brand new, bitch. You the dummy for not seeing the possibilities in me, dummy. Reuniting with Dre was messy. I mean, can I even call it a reunion when this was really the first time he was actually effing with me and not sending someone else in his place? I entered into this process with a whole lot of resentment towards him. When we hit the studio, I was like a remixed version of my Philly self. Yes, he was the star producer, but I was the star rapper. Nobody wanted to be in the studio with us because she was showing her ass. She said every time he mentioned something, let's do it this way, she said, nah, I don't like that. That sucks. Ain't you the producer? Produce something better than what you just did, because that's dumb. Don't hand me this bullshit. She was acting a pretty ass on the purpose. She was saying even if it was possibly good, even if it did sound good, she didn't care. Nah, that don't sound right. What is that? Ain't you the Dr. Dre? Ain't you the man? And as much as he pissed me off, he bought out the best in me when I made songs. I wrote Let Me Blow Your Mind from start to finish all by myself, hook and all. And yeah, I threw a few shots at a couple of the girls in the song, contrary to popular belief. It wasn't one girl in particular, but if I was going to do this, then I was going all in. What shots was she throwing people at, y'all? Who was the shot? Who got hit? I didn't know. Why y'all didn't tell me that was a diss record? I didn't know that. Did Gwen Stefani know that she was throwing shots at people? Once I had the hook written, I sing on parts of that too. There was only one person that I wanted on it, Gwen Stefani. She was literally the first person who came to mind. I was a huge No Doubt fan, and it's just felt like the perfect mashup. As for Dre, we kept working together. He also produced That's What It Is off the album, and we even made more music together when I moved over to Evolution, like my single Satisfaction. I did get to do some cool things with Scorpion though, like getting the legendary R&B singer Tina Marie on Life Is So Hard. I loved her and was such a fan, so having her be a part of such an emotional song for me really added to the vibe of the project. Man, when I tell you that motherfucking Tina Marie was a part of that quiet storm. Baby, it's a mystery. Ooh, you got me spinning around. Look what you've done to me. Like if I was a star, I probably would want to bring her in for a collaboration also. I got to work with the Marley brothers on No No No, which was so dope as a Bob Marley fan. I got to work with more girls like Trina and the Brad Gangsta Bitches, which I loved. I still had my Rough Ryders with me, and I even did more skits like I had on the first album, even though most of my friends weren't there. My single, Who's That Girl, felt like a hit, but I didn't really expect it to keep popping up everywhere, even years and years later. When we were doing the video for Who's That Girl, it was D and Y who were like, we have to get the Harlem Shakers in there. That's what the hood is doing. We got to put it in there, and we got to get these kids. Everybody's going to effing love it. Who's that girl la 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 la. Eve's that girl, la 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 la. When Scorpion finally released, though, the questions came. Can she sustain this success? Can lightning strike twice? Are there going to be hits on this record? The magnifying glass was on me and my music. And as I left that rollout with a Grammy in one hand and a platinum plaque in the other, I guess the answer to all those questions were yes. After Scorpion, I was still seeing red. So what did I do? I called in a blood. I honestly didn't see what the big deal was with Suge Knight. I mean, I guess I kinda got it based on his whole death row reputation. He was like the big, scary, violent bully in hip-hop. Everybody knew who he was, and you didn't really have to know anything about rap to know about Suge, and your ass ran and got him, didn't you? If anyone looked up his name, they'd see he was connected to some terrible shiz that existed in hip-hop at the time. He was the dude people avoided, and for that reason, he felt like the perfect person for me to approach to shake down my record label. Not me. Yeah, you making a deal with the devil. Not me.
Hurry